so loud the entire parking lot turned to stare. Not a scream of terror, a scream of pure, unfiltered joy that erupted from somewhere deep in her soul. There, standing directly in front of her car, was a golden retriever mom with three wrinkled, potato-shaped puppies waddling behind her like tiny, clumsy satellites. Jessica's heart didn't just skip a beat, it stopped entirely, then exploded back to life with the force of a detonation. Her hands flew to her mouth, her eyes went wide as saucers. She'd walked out here for her wallet. What she found instead would change her entire life. One of those wrinkled little creatures was about to become her entire world. Jessica had one simple plan for Friday night. Grab snacks, go home, ugly cry through romantic movies with Michael, her husband of 7 years. She pulled into the grocery store parking lot after work, walked toward the entrance, reached for her purse, and nothing. Her wallet wasn't there. She spun around, marching back toward her Honda with that particular brand of Friday evening frustration. But the moment she reached her car, every thought in her brain evaporated instantly. The golden retriever mother stood there like a statue carved from sunlight and love, her coat gleaming even in the dim lighting. Behind her, three puppies, barely old enough to walk properly, tumbled over their own paws, their faces wrinkled like tiny, furry old men. Oh my God! Jessica dropped to her knees so fast her kneecaps screamed in protest. Her hands reached out, and the mother dog pressed her nose into Jessica's palm. The puppies swarmed her immediately, their impossibly soft fur brushing against her skin. They were starving. She could feel their ribs beneath the fluff. Their eyes, huge, dark, pleading, looked up at her like she was the answer to prayers they didn't know how to pray. Jessica's throat tightened, her vision blurred. She bolted into the store, grabbed 3 cans of wet puppy food, and sprinted back outside. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Please still be there, please still be there. They were gone. All of them. Except one. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, I have to say I'm a little heartbroken. Stories like this need your support. Hit that subscribe button right now. You won't regret it. One single puppy sat in the exact spot where the mother had been, head tilted down, eyes peeking up through golden lashes with a shyness so profound it was almost painful to witness. The little creature looked at Jessica like it wanted to say, "Take me, please," but was too terrified of rejection to actually ask. Jessica's stomach dropped through the asphalt. She spun in circles, scanning the parking lot, the side streets, the shadows between buildings. Nothing. She ran to the nearest alley, calling out, her voice cracking with desperation. She asked everyone she could find. Nobody had seen anything. Nobody knew where they'd gone. The puppy just sat there, waiting, like it had been waiting its entire short life for someone to finally choose it. Jessica stared down at the tiny golden bundle of abandonment and felt her heart crack clean in half. She couldn't leave it here. She physically could not do it. Her hands scooped up the puppy, so light it weighed almost nothing, just warmth and softness and trust, and held it against her chest. "We'll find your mama tomorrow," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I promise." When she pulled into the driveway, Michael opened the front door, probably expecting his wife and maybe some popcorn. What he got instead was Jessica holding a golden retriever puppy like it was the Holy Grail. "Surprise!" she yelled, her voice cracking with nervous energy. Michael froze. His mouth fell open, his brain visibly short-circuited. "I thought we were having movie night," he said slowly. "What is that?" The words tumbled out of Jessica in a chaotic flood. The parking lot, the mother dog, the 3 puppies, the disappearance, the one left behind. Michael listened, his expression shifting from confusion to understanding to something that looked suspiciously like barely contained excitement. The second she finished talking, he grinned, not a small smile, a full, face-splitting, slightly manic grin. "What?" Jessica demanded. "Why are you smiling like that?" "Because," Michael said, still grinning like an absolute lunatic, "we just got a dog." No, Jessica shot back instantly. I didn't want to leave her outside in the cold. That's it. We're finding her family tomorrow. Michael's grin didn't falter, not even a little. The next morning, Jessica marched back to that grocery store like a woman on a mission. She asked everyone again. She put up signs. She checked local shelters. Nothing. Zero. The mother dog and her other puppies had vanished like ghosts. Jessica should have felt relieved. Instead, she felt gutted. This puppy would grow up without its mother, without its siblings, except it wouldn't be alone, would it? Because it had her now. She just hadn't admitted it yet. You don't even have a name, Jessica muttered that evening, frustration and love tangled so tightly in her chest she could barely breathe. The puppy just wagged its tail and licked her hand. 1 week later, their 7th wedding anniversary arrived. Michael acted weird all day, grinning at random moments, disappearing into the bedroom. "What did you get me?" Jessica finally asked. Michael walked into the bedroom and came back carrying a puppy with a bright red ribbon tied around her neck. Hanging from the ribbon was a pet ID tag. Jessica's brain stopped working. She reached out with trembling fingers and read the engraving. Coco, her official, permanent name. "Oh my God," Jessica breathed, then louder, "Oh my God!" Michael's grin faltered. Was this the wrong call? Jessica launched herself at him, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Thank you," she choked out. "I wanted to do this, but I couldn't. I didn't have the courage." Coco licked both their faces with pure enthusiasm. From that moment on, Coco's rescue day became her official birthday, the day she was born into this family. She went from a nameless, abandoned puppy to a full family member with birthday celebrations, Christmas presents, her own couch spot. Every year on their anniversary, they celebrated 3 things: their marriage, their love, and the day a wrinkled golden puppy changed everything. Michael bought ridiculous presents. Jessica baked dog-safe cake. Coco licked their faces until drenched, tail wagging, eyes shining with pure joy. She'd found her purpose, her people, her home. Because sometimes the universe puts exactly the right lost soul in exactly the right parking lot at exactly the right moment. If this story touched your heart and you're still not subscribed, please don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button. What would you name a rescue puppy if you found one? Tell me in the comments below. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. It helps more people find these incredible stories.